Racing to the 2020 Kentucky Derby continues, and this time let's take a look at the Kentucky Derby Future Wager Pool number 7. Yes, the endless marathon of pools continues, and we're going to do this in 2 parts again. Today is part 1. Stay tuned for Friday afternoon when we have part 2. This is a look at Annie Dior to Major Fed, and Annie Dior is going to run Sunday at Ellis Park. So 50 to 1 in the morning line. He's been close on the points all the way through, and he's right on the fringe. So I'm not sure. You know, he's been facing Thousand Words. He's been facing good horses, and maybe we'll find out some of the class on those West Coast horses if he does well here against Art Collector. I'm not sure you're going to get the value. I think you'll still get the same value on him unless he were to win this race on Sunday, but that's going to be after the pools close. So it's going to be interesting to see how that shakes out. Art Collector finished as one of the co-favorites in pool number 6. Best value for him was in pool number 5. He's got the winning streak. He's going to run at Ellis Park on Sunday. But again, that race is after the Future Wager pools close, so you're going to want at least 7 or 8 to 1 on Art Collector, depending on what shakes out in that Ellis Park Derby and what happens in the Travers. If Uncle Chuck or Tiz the Law wins impressively in the Travers, then that price on Art Collector may go up a little bit. Authentic, he's kind of cemented in as your 3rd, 4th favorite right now, depending on the Travers Stakes. He could slip to number 5. But you know, you kind of what you see is what you get. You got 9 to 1 to close out pool number 6. He's morning line of 8 to 1. I think he'll get about 9 or 10 to 1 again. And if you get a scratch of one of the top contenders, that may be a little bit of value on Authentic. And also you may want to check out a few of the exacta combinations with some of the non-prime contenders not running this weekend. Caracaro is going to run in the Travers Stakes. Unless he wins the race, I'm not sure you're going to get a lot of value on him here. If he wins the Travers, you might get 20 to 1, and you may want to take that as some of the steam may build up over the next couple of weeks. Maybe if he has a rough trip and runs 2nd and you think there's still some scope for improvement, you may be able to get 30 or 40 to 1. Country Grammar is kind of in the same boat. I think depending on who finishes better of those 2 in the Travers Stakes, that's who's going to be lower of the 2 odds. Country Grammar probably the better distance horse, but that's asking a lot. Peter Pan, then the Travers at 1.25 miles, and then the Kentucky Derby, another 1.25 miles race. So you want them to come out of that Travers without being in a gut wrencher. Dean Martini is not nominated for the Kentucky Derby or the Triple Crown. I would not bet on him. He's going to run at Ellis Park on Sunday. I don't think he's going to win that race. So he's kind of filler. He helps the odds on some of the other horses. Dr. Post is already training. 3rd place in the Haskell. And, of course, he ran in the Belmont Stakes against Tiz the Law. He kind of ran flat in the Haskell, and the race profile favored the front runners. You know, the 7-week layoff, that's Todd Pletcher's game. So you're going to get probably his best effort in the Kentucky Derby on Dr. Post. I think he's going to slide up to 30 or 40 to 1. If you think there's some value there and maybe a chance if you get a scratch or 2 of one of the main contenders. Some of these horses have been training all year now, and one of them may go by the wayside as we get closer to September the 5th. Enforceable, he's kind of that long distance, he'll run all day type horse. He's back in training, working steadily, pointing for the Kentucky Derby. He's training up to the race. His work pattern continues to be well. Bluegrass, he kind of does what he does. He just closes. So you're going to get, 30 to 40 to 1, but you'll probably get that on race day. So I'm not sure there's an advantage here of playing him in this pool. Finnick the Fierce, he's one to keep an eye on as he continues to run along late in some of these races. Again, they want to run in the race, so if you get 70, 80, 90 to 1, you might not get that on Derby Day, but he'll probably be all of 40 or 50 to 1. Honor AP is the interesting one. 6 to 1 morning line. That's what he closed out in Pool 6 off the loss in the Shared Belief. And depending on what happens with Uncle Chuck and the Travers, you may get 7 or 8 to 1. But if Uncle Chuck or Tiz the Law runs off the screen in the Travers, you're probably going to get that anyway. So again, there may be a few values with a few of the horses that are not running in this race to kind of see what happens here. You got King Gallarmo. He's training up to the Derby, going to be 120 plus days when the Derby finally runs. He's kind of overlooked here because he's not running this weekend, so I think there may be 30 to 1 price on him, maybe a few exactas over some of those top contenders, because people are kind of going to forget about King Gallarmo, and he's steadily working out towards the Kentucky Derby as we film this on a Thursday morning. Major Fed 50 to 1. He is going to be pointing straight to the Derby. He's that closer, run all day type, son of Ghost Zapper. He's been in a few of the pools, so some people may be already in on him. He was not in pool 6. Now he's offered here in pool number 7. Again, he's going to come in with that nice pattern. He can run wide. He's been getting some rough trips. Maybe he's due for a better trip. Could be easily in that top 4 of the Superfecta for the Derby, but I'm not sure that gives you the value here for the exactas. And a win price, I guess you're going to want maybe 80, 90 to 1, which he may be here in this pool, and he may not be that in pool number in actual Derby Day wagering on Kentucky Derby Day. So really what you're trying to do, I think Authentic could offer a little bit of value if he goes up to 10 or 11 to 1 in the hopes that one of the top 4 contenders scratches in the next month. King Guillermo could get overlooked a little bit here. Honor AP could go up a little bit depending on what happens with Uncle Chuck and Chiz the Law in the Travers Stakes if they dominate, or if a horse like Country Grammar or Caracaro up and win the Travers Stakes, or Max Players. So that's kind of where we're at with the first half of the Kentucky Derby Future Wager pool number 7. We'll come back with part 2 in pool number 7. Don't forget, we got a preview of the Travers up, also a preview of the Test Stakes, and an Ellis Park Derby preview going to be coming, posted online soon. Hit that subscribe button. Remember, share this horse racing videos with all your racing friends, and smash that like button. The more subscribers, the more videos we will do to lead you up to the 2020 Kentucky Derby.